SEO is a business strategy you should prioritize as a business owner. It is free, and when you do it very well, you are going to get a lot of results for your business. You are going to get a lot of conversion. You are going to get a lot of organic sales when you do it well. But you need to understand the nooks and crannies of what SEO is all about. So there are different aspects of search engine optimization, which is called SEO. We have the on-page SEO, we have off-page SEO, and we have technical SEO. There are different parts of it. So you need to understand all these things for you to be able to implement SEO well for your business. So I have a video. The last video on this my channel is on-page checklists that you need to implement on all web pages on your website. That is the first video on the last video on this channel. What I'm covering today is technical SEO checklists. You need to understand all these things for you to optimize your web pages and drive organic sales using SEO. So in this video, I'm talking about technical SEO checklists. So let's get into it. What is SEO? What is technical SEO? So I'm going to be focusing on, I want to explain what technical SEO is all about. So according to SEMrush, technical SEO is about improving your website to make it easier for search engine to find, understand, and store your content. It also involves user experience factors such as making your website faster, easier to use on mobile devices. We all know that 90% of people viewing your website are coming through mobile. So technical SEO is part of all this. You need to optimize your website for mobile. So technical SEO involves making it easier for search engine, which is Google bot, Bing bot. Maybe if you are in China, Baidu, you are in Russia, Yandex, to find your content, that is web pages on your website, and crawl it. Understand it means crawling it, going through your website. Store your content means indexing it. There's a difference between crawling and indexing. Crawling means to find. If search engine find your website and understand it, it's probably search engine has been able to crawl your website. The next one is that after they find and understand it, they've crawled your website, they now need to store your content on their database. Google needs to store your content on their database, which is indexing. These are technical aspects of SEO that you need to understand. And that's what technical SEO is all about. So I'll be going through each checklist. The first checklist is submit your sitemap to Google. What is sitemap? Sitemap is a file containing a list of important pages on your site. It lets search engine knows which pages you have and where to find them. If you don't submit your site to sitemap, if you don't submit your website sitemap to Google, Google will not be able to crawl and index your website. So using an SMS sitemap can help Google find your website pages. So the first thing you need to do for Google to crawl, that is to find your website, understand your website, and put your website on their database, is by you submitting your sitemap to Google. So how can you submit your sitemap? The first way is to go to your Google Search Console. So let's go to Google Search Console. Come to under indexing. You will see sitemaps. You see sitemap. Click on this sitemap. So can you see it is easy? You can add a sitemap here. Just if you have a product, if you are an e-commerce business, just add products / sitemap.xml. So .xml. Put it here, and let's say, let me just type. If you have an e-commerce website, this is going to submit the the sitemap of all products on your website, of all your product pages if you are an e-commerce business. If you are a blog, submit post is equals to sitemap.xml. If it's pages on your website you want Google to crawl, submit page is equal to page dash sitemap.xml. Then come to this place and click on submit. That is the first way you can submit. Can you see? Google will periodically, sitemap successfully submitted. Google will periodically process it and look for changes. You will be notified if anything goes wrong with it in the future. Then you click on dismiss. Can you see success? If something is wrong, this success will change to they are not able to fetch it or something. So, and it will tell you the numbers of pages it was able to fetch. So this is an e-commerce website. If I click on the sitemap now and click on open sitemap, it will show me all the web pages. Can you see? These are all the products page. Can you see? They are all products on my website that Google has discovered and they find, right? They've been able to understand and they've indexed on their database. So can you see? Generated by Yoast SEO. This is an XML sitemap meant for consumption by search engine. Can you hear? Google is a search engine. So another way you can do sitemap is through uploading your sitemap, creating a sitemap and uploading a sitemap to the root folder of your website, like your cPanel. I've created this detailed video on how you can upload a sitemap in the root folder of your website or your cPanel. I'm going to link that video here so you can check it. So if you want to do that, what you can just do is to go on Google and press and search for XML sitemap. So if you just put XML sitemap, yeah, just type it on Google. Then you see this first, you see sitemap generator, this website. So you can use this website to generate sitemap for your website. So you click on it. Let's wait for it to come up. Then you pop in your website here. So let's say I have a website. Let me just put in one of my websites here. So this is going to create. So you can just click on start. It will scan through all your websites and create a sitemap for you. Can you see? Passing, scanning. So it's going to scan. Can you see a current page that is going to? So it's going to give me a sitemap of all my website. Can you see? We are currently crawling your website. So then it will generate a sitemap for me. So this sitemap, if I've shown you the first way you can do it. This sitemap that I will generate here, I can also go and upload it in the root folder or the cPanel of my website. Then I'm good to go. So these are the two ways I can put sitemap on Google, sitemap of my website on Google. Is either you use Google Search Console or you go to this website, xmlsitemaps.com, put your website there. It's going to scan through your website. It's going to generate a sitemap for you. Then you can upload the sitemap on your cPanel. So what is cPanel? cPanel is the login details that your web hosting company will give you, where you build your website on. Basically, maybe you build your website on a CMS like WordPress or anyone. So let's wait for it to come up. I just want to show you what you will upload if you are going to the second route that I talked about. So can you see scanned 59 pages? So can you see view sitemap details? If I click on this view sitemap details now, can you see this is download sitemap? If I download this now, I can upload it into the domain root folder of your website. So like I said, you upload it in your cPanel. So that's another way for you to do sitemap. So the next checklist is understanding indexing and how to optimize for it. I said there's difference between Google finding and understanding your website, which is crawling, and there's a difference of putting that website on their database, that is storing it. Storing it is understanding, is indexing. Storing it is indexing. For Google to put your website, they discovered it and they are now putting it on their database, is indexing. And your website pages must be indexed by search engine to appear in search results. If Google find and understand your page, if it is not indexed, it will not appear in search results. When people type something related to your business, your website will not come up. The simplest way to check whether your pages are indexed is to perform a site operator search. So you can go to Google Search Console again, come to index and come to pages. If you come to pages, you will see all the pages on your website that Google has indexed. So, which is, can you see, not index 52, index 50. So it means Google has indexed. That's why you have to understand indexing. It means Google has indexed 50 pages on this my website. So if I come to this place, let me close this sitemap. If I come to this place, how can you know pages that Google has indexed on your website? Just, can you see this 50 index? Then you click on view data about index pages. If you click on this now, it will give you all the pages on your website that Google has indexed. And these are all the pages. Can you see the last time Google crawled it, October 2024? These are all the pages that when people go on Google now and they say something related to my product, my website will come up. So that's the, can you see, index pages? These pages can be served on Google. It means people can see. So from this page also, you can see your pages that Google did not index. You can see excluded by no index tags. That is pages. You can see pages on your website that Google has been able to find, they understand, but they did not index it. And you need to fix all this problem. You need to fix all this problem. I've created videos on each of these problems, this excluded by no index tag, CRUD currently not indexed, discovered currently not indexed. You need to know the meaning of all these problems one by one. And you look for pages on your website that falls under this category of problem, and identify, once you look at all those pages one by one, you need to identify if you want Google to rank those pages, if you want Google to put those pages on their search engine. You need to understand that if yes, you want Google to index those pages, then you need to solve these problems for all these pages that are under this excluded by no index tag, that pages with a redirect, this one with CRUD and currently not indexed, discovered currently not indexed. You need to solve all these problems. If I come to CRUD currently not indexed now, these are pages on my website that Google has called CRUD, that is, Google has been able to find and they understand it, but they did not index it, they did not store it on their database. So these pages aren't indexed or served on Google. So if I look, the first thing is for me to look at all these pages one by one. I will start asking myself, do I want Google to put these pages on their database? So like this one now, I want Google to put, this is a product, I want Google to put this page or this web page on their database. Then I need to solve this problem. So that I said you need to understand that's why I said the second checklist is for you to understand how indexing works. You need to understand how indexing works. So I'm not going to be covering details on how you can solve all these problems one by one in this video. But I have a detailed video that you can check out on those problems. The next checklist is use the no index tag carefully. If you look at this explanation that I was talking about, that I said they are technical SEO problem, and you see under here pages that are not indexed. You see why pages are not indexed. So reasons you can see excluded by no index tag. So no index tags means you are saying to Google that Google should not crawl that page. You can, on your website, you can have pages that you don't want Google to crawl. You don't want Google to index. Maybe your contact page, maybe your about us page and all those things. Google does not necessarily need to index those pages. So you can now give those pages no index tag. And this is how no index tag looks like. It looks like meta name robot content no index. It is on the HTML of that web page that you give the page no index tag, so that when the Google bot is going through those pages, they will see it and Google will just ignore that page because you've instructed Google not to index it. So you need to use this carefully. You need to look for pages. That is, you have to identify pages that you will put no index tag in. Not all pages you will put no index tag in. If you want a page if you want Google to find a page, understand a page, and store a page on their database, please don't put no index tag on the page. Don't put no index tag. No index tag is an HTML snippet that keeps pages out of Google index. It means you are telling Google not to index that page. So you need to use that carefully. The next checklist is implement canonical tags. Canonical tags means originating source. If you have a business with over 500 pages, if you have a website with over 500 pages, you have an e-commerce business, they have a lot of pages. So it means you have similar content. You are selling shoes. Under that shoes, you have shoes for kids. You have that same type of shoes for adults and all those things. You have a shirt that is white. After that shirt is white, you have another variation of colors. They are similar pages. So those similar pages, so that Google will not perceive them as the same thing, you need to put canonical tags on them. Canonical tags means you are telling Google that it is originating source. So the canonical tag is just this, rel canonical. That's what you put at the meta title of the page HTML source. So the canonical tag identify a link as the original version or originating source. It tells Google which page it should index and rank in a case where there are similar content on multiple pages. So you need to put canonical tag to tell Google that these pages are different from these pages. They might have similar content, but they are different. They are originating source. The next checklist I'll talk about is use HTTPS. We all know what HTTPS is all about. Most digital behavior of people, when they come to your website, they want your website to be secured. So one important technical SEO checklist is that your website has to be secured. Your website has to have HTTPS. This has been a ranking signal since 2014. It helps protect sensitive user information like password, credit card details from being compromised. Most people will not buy things on your website. Or input their card on your website if you don't have HTTPS. So it's an important SEO. It's an important technical SEO. So the next one is find and fix duplicate content issues. Duplicate content is when you have same or nearly the same content on multiple pages on your website. If you have duplicate content issue, or you have duplicate content on your pages, you need to identify the ones you want Google to rank from the ones you don't want Google to rank. The ones you don't want Google to rank, you can put no index tag on them or shut down the page. So you need to avoid being penalized because duplicate content can affect your website ranking. It can affect your website performance also. So you need to find pages that have duplicate content and fix those issues. Identify the ones you want Google to rank and the ones you don't want Google to rank. The ones you don't want Google to rank, you can shut it down. So the next checklist is review your robots.txt file. A robots.txt file tells Google which part of your site it should access and which one it shouldn't. So this is how robot.txt file is. This is how it is. User agent. This user agent means Google bot. It's an instruction. If you have this star here, it means all user agents, all bots, including Bing, Google, and other search engines. This disallow is where you can specify pages that you don't want Google to have access to at all. So you use robot.txt file to instruct Google about pages on your website you want them to have access to. So robot.txt file, if your website is built on WordPress and you are using Yoast SEO, robot.txt file automatically comes with all those plugins like Yoast. So it will help you. So you need to understand robot.txt file. So if you disallow the Google bot or every bot from all pages on your website, it means Google will not be able to access your website at all. So if you have a problem whereby all the content on your website pages are good, you've done internal linking well, you've done outbound linking, you have good content, you have great content, and Google does not have access, you just notice that Google does not have access to your website, you need to look at your robot.txt file. You just notice that your pages are not showing up and you've done everything right. You need to look at your robot.txt file. And I said, if you build your website on WordPress or all this content management system, what you just need to do is to look at your robot.txt file, and your robot.txt file comes with all those plugins that you are using. So the next one is find and fix broken pages. This can affect your page performance and optimization. So you need to find, another checklist is that you need to find and fix broken pages. Any pages that have error 404, it affects user experience. And we said earlier that technical SEO is also about user experience. So you won't want people to come discover your pages online, search for something related to your product, and they click on your website page and they are having a broken page. They can't have access to the page. So it will affect your ranking and all those. It will affect user experience and people will not come back. So you have to find and fix broken pages. It's an important technical SEO. It's an important technical SEO tactics that you need to identify and fix. And the next one is improve your page speed. We all know user behavior of people. People don't like websites that are slow. So you need to improve your page speed. And lastly, ensure your website is mobile friendly. Ensure your website is mobile friendly. We all know that 90% of people viewing content online, browsing through web pages or app or anything, 99% of people do it on their mobile. So you need to ensure that your website is mobile friendly. I believe I've been able to share value with you in this video. If you are here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will encourage you to do that right away. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one.